It has been 3 years now since Superstorm Sandy devastated the northeastern coast of the United States in 2012. Damages and losses were in the tens of billions of dollars. On the Jersey Shore, the losses were especially hard. Thousands of homes were destroyed, and too many of those are still unoccupied. Thousands are paying both mortgages and rent while living in multiple temporary locations on the road back home. St. Bernard Project was founded in March 2006 by a few people who volunteered in the St. Bernard Parish following Hurricane Katrina. As part of its Hurricane Sandy recovery efforts, St. Bernard Project works in Monmouth and Ocean counties, rebuilding and repairing homes damaged by the storm. Barron Builders is the only program of its kind in the Washington, D.C. area. Founded 20 years ago, it operates throughout the year providing one-day and longer-term projects for groups of volunteers. This year, Barron Builders took a group of 7 volunteers to the Jersey Shore to repair homes that were destroyed in Hurricane Sandy.
This is Randy Bacon, the director of Barron Builders at the Washington, D.C. Jewish Community Center. After 3 days, we're leaving the shore, hoping to return, and many more should follow us.
We have just finished our 3rd day of working out here in New Jersey, helping out victims of Hurricane Sandy, and what an amazing, amazing 3 days.
During Storm Sandy, my children and I stayed in our home, and we wrote it out. And the following morning, we did our best to remove what we could, floors, furniture, whatever, with the help of a neighbor. And during that storm, we sat up in the front windows and we watched the water rise. And the kids kept saying, "Mommy, when is this water going to stop coming up?" And it was coming up.
We're 3 years out from the hurricane. It's devastating. The fact that right now we're in a home where the entire ground floor was underwater, is no longer finished, and the family has to live upstairs. I think that really says it all about the devastation.
I have a very bad mold situation, which in the meantime, 3 of my 4 children have been very sick, new asthma, stuff like that. So now I know why.
I'm so excited that we got to help all these families this weekend. We went to 3 different places. We made a difference. We did siding, and we did cleanup, and we removed some flooring, and we really, really helped some families get one step closer to being back into their homes.
We were able to go to 3 different sites, do a lot of different work, which was, really interesting for me, who I don't really work in this field, so it was a great opportunity to learn some new things. Not only that, we helped 3 separate families. I feel really great about the work we did. There's still plenty more families that need help, though, and we would appreciate any other volunteers that would like to come down to the Jersey Shore and help out.
All you heard were sirens and helicopters, and we ventured out into the streets, and it was just heart-wrenching to see so many homes out of place, destroyed. It was just heartbreaking.
We've been doing some wonderful work. There's an incredible amount of work that still needs to be done. We would love it if more people came down to help, because there's countless people that still need help.
The organizations down here were very well organized with tools and material. It was a great thing to learn from the people here, the other volunteers, and also be able to pass on what I know about the trades to the young volunteers. It was a very rewarding experience.
There are still hundreds of people in this town that still do not have a home or are still in the process of building their home. I can only say that everyone should reach out and give a little. Do a little volunteer work. It's a good thing.
Another organization helping Sandy victims is the Cleanup Crew, a program of the Jewish Federation of Northern New Jersey. The crew brought 10 volunteers to a St. Bernard Project work site in Port Monmouth, New Jersey. The volunteers spent the day preparing the lower level for mold remediation for a widow and her children.
Through the cleanup crew, through Bonin Builders, the Jewish Federation of Northern New Jersey, people can make a difference in other people's lives who are missing out on the ability to live in their own homes, who have, through disaster or through disability, been unable to get back home after storm, after fire, after flood. And this is the way that, as a Jewish community, people can give back.
What I think a lot of people don't realize when they hear about the Jersey Shore, that, oh, these are people's second homes or their vacation homes. And in reality, for many people, it's their primary home.
It's been 3 years since a hurricane devastated this part of the state, and it's just amazing to still see homes that are in this kind of condition.
My name is Debbie, and I live in Port Monmouth, New Jersey, and my house was devastated by Hurricane Sandy. There was about 5 foot of water throughout the whole first floor. We received a lot of help from a lot of different places, FEMA money and grants to have our house lifted. But when all that ran out, there's still more house to fix, and that's where St. Bernard Project came in. All the volunteers have been wonderful. They come in 6, 8, 10 at a time. And without them, we wouldn't have come as far as we have.
It's hard to imagine just one day waking up and your house is wiped away from you. And it's just a great way to volunteer.
So at St. Bernard Project, what you do out on site, the day that you come out or the week that you come out and volunteer is absolutely integral to the work that we're trying to do.
People are still struggling from a storm that happened years ago, and I feel like they should be helped. They should get their homes back because they've been waiting long enough.
I feel like I'm blessed with, my home, a roof over my head. There's no reason these people shouldn't have the same. So I think it's a really good reason for people anywhere. It doesn't matter what kind of skill level you have, just to help these people get home, because that's what matters.
Barron Builders, making a difference to the Jersey Shore. Follow us and join the conversation at #DCJCC
and #JSV.
Join the cleanup crew and St. Bernard Project in making a difference at the Jersey Shore.
There is still lots of work to do on the Jersey Shore, and as you can see, the work is both fulfilling and appreciated. Please consider volunteering yourself. The St. Bernard Project can place individuals as well as groups of volunteers into projects that will help people get back into their homes and restart their lives. Share your story and be part of the conversation to create volunteer awareness. Go to sandy.stbernardproject.org for information on how you can help.
The past 2 days we've been in this amazing house. We've been helping rebuild this house with St. Bernard's Project, and we've met the family, and the family's just absolutely lovely, and they're so wonderful. We were doing some good, and it was just really a lovely experience.
Every place that you go, the supervisors want you to be enjoying yourself, because I think a lot of people believe when you're enjoying yourself, you just work better. So you go there and you do what is needed, and you feel good about it, especially when you meet the family. Like, that was very, very inspiring. It was like, wow, these are the people that this house is going to. Like, they're living in a trailer next to their house right now, and pretty soon, because of our help, they can be living in a house again after 3 years of really tight quarters. And so that was awesome.
Today we're working on a home that is being demolished, and we are saving this homeowner a tremendous amount of money. If we did not accomplish this, they would have to hire a contractor. So it makes me feel better that at least that money can be spent on other things, that person doesn't have to hire a demolition crew.
The one house that we found was in Long Branch. The house was built in 1894. It was a family of generation house. We met the homeowner, Farah, and her grandfather owned the house, her father lived in this house, and you find pictures underneath all the houses. You found like names on the property, like originally foundation. It was very emotional, and she'll cry, and we kind of know the pain since we've heard different stories about Sandy. Everybody has a story, but this one did touch us a lot.
Well, what I learned most is just that Sandy and any other natural disaster is not just over when the media says it's over. They still need help. We still need help. It doesn't just end. It's a lifetime experience for a lot of families.
The Jersey Shore Volunteers Project was an experiment in the use of crowdsourcing to generate interest in volunteerism. Over the course of several weekends in 2015, teams of video volunteers created stories and shared experiences to encourage people to help to rebuild after Hurricane Sandy. Multiple social media platforms were utilized in an effort to raise awareness and participation by providing points of entry. This project engaged students and teachers in the question of how to get more volunteers for Hurricane Sandy recovery.
Well, 2.5 years out, people have gotten back on their feet already, but just a lack of understanding of the complexity.
I didn't really expect there to be much work to do. It was very surprising being here now, seeing how much is still undone and has left a lot of people still stranded. And it's crazy to think that 2 years they've been living like this.
Our experience here has been awesome overall. It's just going out to every place. We've been very welcomed in any service that we do. Everybody's very appreciative. Something that everyone can do. Like if you're good at painting houses, go paint houses. They're gonna need house painters. Or if you're good at talking to people about their issues, go do that. You just find your place where you fit in, and from there it'll be a natural flow kind of into your service world. And I thought that was really awesome and something that I'll take with me.
Yeah, definitely, because when like a lot of people think service, they think it's going to be like really hard, but if you find something you're good at, you have fun when you're doing it. Like because you're giving back and you're also getting things from these people. You know, it's just amazing, really.
Everybody in our area is capable of doing what I am doing today. I have no expertise in this, but I'm certainly, with the efforts of myself, my fellow co-workers, and the other people here, we're achieving a tremendous task.
To everybody out there watching this, come on out, volunteer. We do need help. You know, we work in Union Beach. 2,100 homes were damaged or destroyed, and only maybe 20% of it's done after almost 3 years. We need help. Luckily we have the Travel TV helping us, giving us stories to make sure we find people that cares and hopefully help other people, because right now we need all the help we need right now.
Help for the Sandy community came through efforts of Kind Bars. Travel Television is proud to present a video from Kind.
Everybody, half the guys in the firehouse were like, yeah, we've been through Irene, joking about it. I think when it really got serious is when we saw the water coming through the firehouse, and it was like, this ain't a joke. And that's when it really started hitting us.
Hi, my name is John Jalalia. I'm a volunteer fireman at Ocean Beach Fire Department. It means a lot. You're giving back to the community. It was crazy. I was like shocked because it never gets flooded. And Lindsay was like, what do I do? Where do I go? I'm like, just get to the loft. The time I got down here, get the that was crazy. And we had jellyfish in here. Little baby jellyfish floating around. And I was like, I don't believe this. That's when reality hit. Because at that point, reality didn't hit me yet until she called, and I heard it in her voice, and she's like, we got water in the house. And I was just like, you gotta be kidding. And that's when I swam down the block. When I finally got down here, then it was like, swim. So I got her off the island. Some lady in a car stopped, took her to Tom's River.
I said, I don't have a cell phone, but I'll somehow, somewhere, I'll catch up with you. And she's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm staying behind. The truck should be coming back soon, and I'll be with the fire department.
It's a brotherhood, and I swore to help the people in the town. I took that oath, and that oath means a lot. She already told me that, you know, she was getting tired of hotels. She was living with friends. She was like, I want to come home. And I'm like, I want you home, but there's no reason for a girl to live like this. You know, no bathroom, no showers, no nothing. You know, bad enough I did it. And that's when she met the other guy. And that's basically it on that. Between that and the house.
It was horrible. I don't know how anybody could do that. No electric, no gas, no water, no heat. I mean, I couldn't live like that. But yet John, you know, he made up his mind. That's what he has to do. That's what he has to do. That's why we try to help him as much as we can.
I've met John through the fire department. We get along good. He has a very contagious laugh when he gets laughing. Well, I look out for him. I've got 7 kids of my own, and he's like an extra foster child that needs a little help and some guidance.
I'm Catherine Murphy. I'm the Executive Director of Waves for Water for Hurricane Sandy Relief Initiative in New Jersey. We're focusing on helping first responders, and I went up to the Ocean Beach Firehouse to assess their needs. And John was there, John Jalalia was there, and Coleman had indicated that he needed help.
She gave her little spiel about what Waves for Water was doing and how they were trying to help, and if there was anyone that needed any help, and that's when she met John.
And so we had a private conversation, and he told me that he was living in his house without electric and plumbing and had nowhere to go. He was cooking at the firehouse and bathing at the firehouse, and he'd lost his truck as well, so he was riding a bike.
You know, we got turned on to his case and came and checked out his house, and it was like, you know, it instantly smells like mold, and it's in a bad way. It's tough. It's tough for a lot of these guys, especially the helpers, especially the guys who are naturally the ones out there helping everybody else, to say, no, I need help. This area is filled with hard workers and just solid people. And they are, they got a lot of pride and resilience. But this place also got hit so hard. So it doesn't matter how strong you think you are, or how selfless you are, or like, we are all humans at the end of the day. And we all need food, water, shelter. We all need these basic things to survive. And when some of these things get compromised, you need help. Let's get this guy back on his feet so he can continue going out there and serving his community.
Awesome. Hey, get it all out of here.
We always get started and do like we know the things that there's no way they can do. You know, it's too expensive, or it's too hard, too big of a job. So we do that, and then what's happened is, a third party in some cases, like Kind, will come in and round out the circle, and like do some of the other heavy lifting with us, and then in the end, the whole thing is complete, and it was a collaborative effort. You unblock the dam, and then all of a sudden, other players come in and people that just rise to the occasion and help you get it done.
Right.
They've lost in some cases they've lost many of their personal items, and in some cases lost everything. And so it becomes, yes, we are helping to rebuild and restore the physical structure, but it's also about helping them in terms of, sort of regrouping and starting over.
Feels really good. I'm totally blown away. It's a house. I mean, it looks all put together and orderly and cozy, you know. Since the very beginning, we've been focusing on two types of candidates. We've been focusing on the helpers of the community and the people sort of at the end of the line, the people that are at their wits' end. And usually those are they're the opposite end of the spectrum. So they're different people. In the case of John G., he's both of those. It's the same person. And, he's a firefighter. He's helping his community, serving his community. And on the flip side, he's literally at his wit's end. And so that's the first time out of all the candidates and all the people that we've helped that we've had the same person cross over like that. And it's phenomenal.
Wow. Hey. Awesome. Wow. What? Awesome job.
Oh, it's a fantastic job that was done here. And John is, as you know, he's so grateful he can't even hardly talk. He's ready to cry and start his laugh.
I'm kind of speechless. This is such a big deal, because to be able to find somebody that, like yourself, that is a fireman and is working in your community to help other people, and then your house needed so much work, and to be able to flip it around like this is just amazing. It's amazing. It's really why we do this and why we're doing it. So yeah.
Oh man. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
That's a good thing.
Hurricane Joaquin and a northeaster combined to create the perfect storm. Areas of South Carolina received over 20 inches of rain in less than 3 days, causing bridges to give out and dams to break. Flooding caused I-95, the major north-south highway, to close for several days.
We have not ever seen anything like this.
You can see that vehicle is practically underwater. There's the auto parts store, and then everything up from there or north of that road is where all the flooding is. Flood stages at 9 feet. It is up to almost 18 feet, and that's the Smith Branch Creek up in on North Main Street.
Charleston and Columbia, South Carolina both recorded 1,000-year rainfalls, and small towns were completely flooded over due to the massive amount of water. Cleanup efforts with volunteers are ongoing, and volunteer needs will continue. Travel Television wants to share your stories of volunteering in the South Carolina floods.
The storm didn't change our lives. The storm made our lives better. The storm to me was a blessing.
It's pretty neat to get somebody out of their house after 6 months because they're handicapped, and you build them a ramp and then get to their car and actually be mobile. A lot of people are still displaced. There's a lot of places that I don't know if they'll ever get repaired. Same as Katrina, you know.
It's true that the world is a really hard place. And other than our faith, all we really have are each other.
When I talk to people back home, you know, they're busy with their lives and they can't understand that why I would run all over the United States here and work for nothing, you know. It's hard for people to understand that. But it's, you know, when people are in need, I'm there to help.
It's never about the task when you're volunteering. What you're doing has nothing to do with anything. It's the fact that you're here. This is an incredibly daunting task for all of us, and we would never be able to do it alone. I could not go to work every day knowing that this was happening in my town and I wasn't a part of it. So I needed to be a part, and so I left my job to come do this full time.
I really would like to go out, you know, and help somebody that really needs help, and it's a blessing upon me, you know. I feel good when I leave here, but sometimes it hurts because I hate to leave, you know, work undone.
Our whole town, our whole community is so blessed to have these people come in and just give of themselves, and they're just unselfish.
Sometimes it's better if you don't know anything and you could be taught. You have to be over 15 to use power tools, and if you're 15 or under, you have to have a guardian with you. But no, we've had people that have never built staircases for inside a house, never used a power tool, and I know it's very rewarding for them when they're done and you can actually use the steps. And so no, you don't have to be skilled. You can cook. You don't have to cook if you're a female. There's men that cook. There's women that come out on construction. There's guys that have come just to be a photographer and put things together. People savvy with the technology. If you're willing, please come. We'll put you. There's lots of organizations here that would be glad to put you to work. All you have to bring is a good attitude and be willing to camp at a higher level, pretty much.